you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Cleveland Browns. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Watch you now, Barney!
On 1st and 10, Mayfield dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep. It's caught inside the 25. And that one results in 35 yards.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short game. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when their big behemoths starting to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Duke Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready. Blue lady.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Let's go.
From the gun, Winston. And now he'll tuck it and run. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
5-0. Like 22, he's coming. 22's coming.
On 3rd down, Winston. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. Now, a nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Mayfield looks to throw, and he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent. And they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
Double tight.
Gun!
Hey, we
All right, here we go.
Switch.
Mayfield off the play fake. Open receiver, that's David Njoku. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. He got 29 yards that time. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. This carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, but not much room to operate. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
That's trash.
They go with Chubb on second down, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Santos with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
First down, Winston. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Line of scrimmage, again, the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Even. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
The second down throw for Winston. And he comes back with one complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Hey, let's go.
A toss play. Here's Pirine. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. 2nd down, Winston. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Richardson. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now a carry for Pirine. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hey, Mike 34. Mike 34.
First down, Mayfield. That's Njoku over the middle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Tight right, tight right.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Odd. 3 down. Odd. Hey.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot.
Motion.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to look deep now for Lamb. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting...
He's got daylight, the 30, 20, and a terrific return as they finally do stop him, but not before he's inside the 15.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
Here's Pirine, and he stopped immediately there. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Lay down.
Hey, let's get a conversion.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
5-0.
Motion.
Now Jameis on second down. Setting up the screen to Pirine. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Redskins are able to close the gap just a bit. Rosas good with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Check. 50.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Detroit!
Shift.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Leopard. Detroit.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Gun!
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Jonathan Allen in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
That's what I'm talking about, boy.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Lucky 56.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
Hurry up.
From the gun, Mayfield. And he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I wonder if they just kind of outguessed themselves a little bit trying to run it on 3rd down. Probably should have gone to the air to try and pick it up. Instead, the punting unit will have to run on the field.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Crowder now to return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. So out now come the Redskins. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
On 1st and 10, Winston. With Shard Matthews here on the catch. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Now Pirine. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Strong right. Hey.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Third and 11, and some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime.
Here we go.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
To throw is Winston. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again, so it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And they'll get him down up past the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to them. 11 yards and a first down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Let's go.
Mayfield on first down. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. All right, here we go. 3-19.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe, the nickname his uncle gave him back in the day.
Leopard! Leopard!
Double up. He's coming, double up. 34 is the mic. 34 is the mic.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. This quarterback now 10 of 10 to start the game. How about that? As he comes up on a 1st and 10.
53's the mic. 53. Check.
Here's Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing right, and that's complete. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive. Go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is I'm doing it, though. This is
looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. 4 down. Check.
Jameis now on first down. Left side caught by Matthews. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. So a first and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. They'll run it here with P-Ryan. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
All day, baby. Slam. Easy. Hey, 57's the mic.
Jameis to throw it. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Single receiver, single.
Third and long for Winston. Fighting this, and the pressure gets to him again.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the third quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Check. 53's mine. 53's mine.
They begin this drive with Chubb. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And again, it's Chubb. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hot.
On first and 10, Mayfield. He's going to launch this thing, and that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Browns continue to roll. Now the point after try for Santos. Santos with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he heard all week in practice, he didn't carry it over.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jonathan Allen in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Mayfield. His throw caught right around the 6. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Over.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
Mayfield now. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Demaryius Thomas, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns are pouring it on. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? Well, a lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll get this one up to the 26.
Let's go.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Bang, 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 bang. 5-0, 5-0, 5-0. I got it. 51's Mike. Mike's 51. Here we go, G.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Emmanuel Agba in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
51's the Mike. 51's the Mike. Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. And now before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Duke Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns continue to roll. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
Let's go, T. Where's that?
And they will take a knee here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Hey, guys, check me out, check me out. What is that?
And they'll indeed take a knee. Here's Tressway now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Returnable here from the 38. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down, 4 down. 1st down.
Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A give. This is Chubb. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Defensively, they know the situation. They stacked the line. Heck, that was a goal line set right there.
And it's the right play for them, exactly what they have to do. They want to take away every gap, every crack, and make sure no one can get through it. But here's the deal, though. You've worked on offense all year long about these types of defensive fronts. If they can penetrate it at all, your runner has a chance to go a long way behind.
It could be a house call. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cleveland, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Washington, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5.